what you are.
You're afraid of heights.
Everyone's afraid of something, but not you. Fear doesn't shut you down and wakes you up. That's what makes you dangerous.
Divergence threaten the system. It won't be safe until they're removed.
So congratulations on the movie.
Thanks, man.
Last time I talked to you, I had not seen it. Now I've seen it. And I was really impressed, most of all, with the chemistry between you and Shailene's character, between For and Tris. And I'm curious, did you guys do anything special to try to bring that on screen, or is it just the chemistry between the two of you?
Well, I was on to it every night. I was saying we need to practice these scenes, you know, over a couple of bottles of wine. We need to really rehearse these kissing scenes. But she didn't really go for it. So, no, I mean, luckily, yeah. I mean, you're right in the sense that sometimes it's a lottery. Sometimes you can kind of make chemistry work, but when it's not forced and it's there naturally, which luckily it is with Shay and I, then it just it makes it easier, but it really adds to the scene. But to be honest, no, it's not like we deliberately did anything. In a way, I actually kind of took a step back at the beginning of filming because he's such a closed book. I didn't want to be kind of too there. I thought it would help me to be a little bit distant, but then as we carried on filming and we did get to know each other, then that kind of reflected in the story as well. We were genuinely friends and genuinely cared about each other, you know.
Yeah, which is always good.
Which is always good. Yeah.
So, in terms of For and what he sort of goes through in this film, did you feel you had to read the books? Did you feel you needed to read the next book afterwards to sort of even get a better sense of him? Or
yeah, I think I definitely did. I read the first two. I still haven't read the last one, but the first two for this movie were important. The first one, obviously, because it's the book, and there's things that you need to get the context, you need the texture, you need all those pieces of information. But the second book had a lot of his history and with his mother, and it kind of gave me context, and it gave me a bigger perspective of the world, and you're able to kind of seat yourself in it a bit more. In terms of the final book, I didn't read it, and I probably won't if we're lucky enough to get the chance to do any more films, because I think I don't want to inform the character too much too early.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you would want to wait until you got to the final third script and all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
No one's giving you hints about what's happened.
They've told me the main thing, you know.
And also, I don't know if Veronica was on set, the author, right? Veronica.
She
right?
was, yeah.
Yeah. Was she a resource? Was she someone you went to talk to at all, or was she more in the background?
It's interesting because in a way we deliberately didn't do that, and I think she was good like that. She didn't engage in that, and I don't think she wanted to. She was kind of confident enough to know that her book was great, but also the sphere and the medium of film is very different. So she was confident to leave that to Neil and to the actors to make those choices. And for me, I didn't want to ask her any questions because I think it's a dangerous road going down there, because then it kind of fucks with you a little bit. Yeah. I think you need to be clear, because I saw you're clear with how you want to play the character, and then stick to your instincts, I think.
And you work on this movie for, I don't know, 3-4 months, maybe longer.
Nearly 6.
Nearly 6. And, you've read the script, and, you probably saw some dailies when you were on set. When you finally saw the movie for the first time in a theater, and this is the biggest production, you've done to date, what stood out to you the most? What surprised you that you didn't think would actually come across? Or was there anything that really...
Yeah, lots of things, really, because, again, I hadn't seen it until Sunday. I didn't want to see anything before it was done for various reasons. And, I mean, the maturity of it I was really pleased with. I don't think it dumbs anything down. It doesn't, it maintains its own kind of intellectual integrity to an extent. The soundtrack I thought really worked. I thought that zipline scene with that tune, I can't remember the name of the band, but I thought just yeah. And then on top of that, I thought the world setup, the job that Neil had done, where it's not exactly dystopia. You enter it in a world which feels like a real society, and then it starts to break. Then the fissures start to appear, which I think is important, because if you set up something that's already shit, then there are no stakes.
Exactly.
Whereas if you have a functioning world, then then the kind of downfall is exciting.